Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel, The Homesteading Healer. I'm Christy, the Homesteading Healer. I am excited to be here talking about this today. This is my third attempt at recording this video because I get really self-conscious as I'm looking at myself recording. I look at my hair and then I get sidetracked, and so I'm just gonna try to relax into myself a little bit because I am really excited about today's topic and what I'm here to talk about. So if you're like me, you have maybe gotten kind of stuck, or you've continuously cycled back into the thought pattern or the mindset of needing to do things big in order to create change for yourself. So for me, this might look like, okay, I need to be sitting down every day. I need to be doing an hour-long, super deep meditation where I'm going in and I'm doing multidimensional healing and all these different things, and I'm journaling and having big realizations. And I need to feel in my everyday life like I'm doing lots, like I'm doing big things. Otherwise, nothing's really changing. Here's the thing though. And I was going through some of my older saved Instagram posts from a couple years ago. The other night I was looking through them and clearing out some old ones, and I came across this one that I saved quite a while ago. And it was worded something like this: baby steps are quantum leaps in disguise. And I don't even know who posted it. Maybe it was Manifestation Babe. I think that's her handle on Instagram. I don't even follow her anymore. But when I saw that, again, because obviously I've seen it before if I saved it on Instagram, when I saw it, I just lit up from the inside. I was just like, yes. And it was a reminder I needed to really come back into a space of knowing, because I do know this, and I think I've done a podcast episode on this, so if you've listened to that, you know this as well, and maybe you just know this for yourself in general, to know that it's really the little consistent things you do in your daily life that end up creating the largest change in the long run. Let me tell you why. We're going to get a little bit kind of dorky and multidimensional here, because let's talk about the quantum field. So in simple terms, all of the possibilities and all of the potentialities of what could ever happen in your life are already existing in the quantum field. Okay? So there's all of these different scenarios, all of the infinite amount, because every choice you make, every decision, every action step, every time you pivot into a new state of mind or a new state of being, you are hopping onto a new timeline. And all of this is existing already, okay, in the quantum field. So it's all already out there. So the way that you know you want to feel, the way you want to be in your life, your higher self, your soul, the way you know or you feel that your life can be, you are able to tap into that and to feel into that, because that's already existing out there, quote unquote, for you. So what that means is that by taking the action steps now, you are embodying, okay, so pulling in the energy of those future potentials, whatever that might be for you, whatever you're tapping into. So all of that already existing quantum field, great. How does that translate to doing the small work in your daily life? Here's the thing, or here's one of the things. It's really easy to feel like the little things you're doing aren't actually doing anything. So maybe you're a little bit familiar with this or with feeling like this. I know I am. If I'm having more of kind of a low day, or if I'm feeling agitated or out of sorts or whatever, and I do something to help myself out of that. So maybe it's going to be meditation, maybe it's going to be to go for a walk. Those things, those action steps don't necessarily, some do, some don't, but they don't always necessarily make a difference right now. So sometimes, yes, if I'm feeling really stressed out, or if people are bothering me or whatever, I'll go have a bath for an hour and then I feel more calm, I feel more relaxed. But sometimes you do the things and you still feel agitated, you still feel frustrated, out of sorts, whatever the case may be, sad, grieving, depressed, anxious, right? That's because when you do a little thing in the here and now, what's actually happening is you are creating a wave or a ripple, okay, in the quantum field, in time and space. And what that's doing, so let's take it back to doing the small steps leading to big change. What that's doing is it's collapsing. First of all, it's collapsing time as we know it, which is a lot to wrap your mind around, but I'll do my best to put this into human words. So when you do the little action steps, you create the wave, you create the ripple in space and time, and it goes out, even though we're all within and interconnected throughout the quantum field. This is how I best kind of picture it, how I harness this energy for myself. So that energy, that intention, whatever your reason for doing the little action steps, meditation, journaling, eating healthier, exercising, going for a walk, whatever it might be. Creating the ripple, okay, so that goes out, that energy goes out into the quantum field, and that is where the change happens first, okay? So there's these different levels and layers of being. So obviously we have our physical, right? We have our body. We can feel, smell, hear, taste, touch. You can see all of these things behind me, the chair that I'm sitting in, the blanket that I made, right? I can touch my hair. I can see the dog laying underneath my feet. So we have the physical, but then of course we have the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, the energetic, right? So there's these different layers. So things travel up through the layers out into the quantum field. The change takes place there. And then that change that's created, or that future potential or possibility, or that thing that you're tapping into, that you're trying to manifest, I don't love that word, but right, to actualize into your life, that thing then starts coming back towards you to reach you here in the physical. So keep in mind as well that you can think of it this way. When you're doing the consistent action, when you're committed to yourself, so again, whatever that might look like for you, maybe it's exercising and eating healthy so you can feel better within your body and healthier within your body. For me, it was getting into meditation and journaling and all that inner self-healing. Whatever it is you're working on for yourself, the last place, the final destination of your changes is this physical reality. Okay? So, this is why it's so important to take consistent, committed, dedicated action with whatever it is you're working on for yourself. Whatever it is you're trying to pull in and embody or change or shift or heal within yourself. Whatever the thing or things are, remember that, okay? So when you take the action, you are changing the energy of things beyond the physical, beyond your body. Okay, so here within the 3D, within our human selves, this is where we can really tend to get frustrated. We get angry, we get pissed off, we get annoyed because we feel like all of the work we're doing isn't really making a difference. It's not really mattering. And then we quit. And then nothing changes ever. And a lot of the time we keep staying in these cycles and it keeps just going over and over and over again. And we keep being frustrated and then we keep being frustrated because nothing's changing. So then we start all over again, right? So hopefully this will help you to think of things in a little bit of a different way where you can feel into, or you can at the very least right now have a mind understanding that the actions you take are first creating the change in the energetic, and then those energetic changes turn around and start coming back towards us, and then they will show up in the physical. Hopefully that makes sense. Like I said, I've been in this cycle, this mindset, this thing where sometimes I forget that. So sometimes I do really, really great and I stay consistent and I do my journaling or my meditation or whatever. Those are my main focuses generally. Or I go in and I'm doing energy healing on myself, whatever. And I trust that what I'm doing is changing things, that the little things are creating those quantum leaps. And then those quantum leaps are going to start showing up in the physical. But yeah, I really do forget that sometimes. So then I just quit doing everything. And then I start to get a little bit frustrated again. And then I remember, okay, well, nothing's changing. Like, I'm not really feeling that great because I'm not doing the things that I know create change for me. So let me give you an example of how you can get started with this if this is something that's new for you. Like if you're not quite as deep into this stuff as I am. I started out doing something like this in like towards the end of 2019. So maybe like September, October of 2019. And what I started with was future self journaling. And that was created by the holistic psychologist. At that time, I was following her and she was really helping me with the concept of reparenting and self-healing and all of these different things. So I started with future self journaling every day for 30 days. And she talks a lot about this, choosing one small, simple thing that you can do and doing that one thing every day for 30 days, okay? So for me, personally, what that did, it actually really pivoted my entire life and my entire perception of myself and what I actually could do for myself. Because I had kind of become famous with myself for starting things and getting really excited and wanting to make changes, but then after a few days, just like quitting or giving up. So I followed through with the 30 days. And what that did for me is it showed me that I could actually follow through with something like that. It showed me that I loved myself enough to do something that I know would help me to feel better. Again, it could be future self journaling, it could be anything. So if you're new at this and you just need a starting point with the small steps, start with something small and do it every day for 30 days or longer than that, but start with that and make it something that seem so small and insignificant that you feel like, or your mind is going to tell you, this isn't going to make a difference. This really isn't going to do anything for me. So it could be having a glass of water when you wake up. It could be going outside for a 10-minute walk every day. It could be gratitude journaling in the morning or in the evening. Brushing your teeth or flossing your teeth before you go to bed, right? And it could be meditation. It could be anything. Okay, so pick something small and just do it every day for 30 days. And once you do that, you start to build integrity with yourself. You start to see, okay, I'm doing this for myself and I'm showing up for myself. And then once you get kind of into it a little bit more, you're into kind of the broader aspect of things. Maybe you're a little bit more into self-healing. Maybe you're a little bit more into like meditation or working with the aspects of yourself that are beyond the physical. So multidimensional healing and being in quantum, in meditation, or receiving downloads or images, or right, like the possibilities are endless. But if you're there, or if you get there, then it's important to remember and to keep in mind, okay, yes, I am capable of these things, but it doesn't need to be that every day. So I've actually started, today's the first day for me of doing a dopamine detox December. So I've set some limits for myself where not only am I trying to detox from the dopamine, that immediate reward, the pleasure, so eating junk food just for that quick like satisfaction to satisfy my cravings, or jumping on social media to see if anyone has liked or commented, different things like that. But not only that, is inviting back in and integrating some of the things that I know are going to make changes for me in the long run. So in the long run is a linear way of thinking in terms of time, because those changes can happen very quickly. But just for the purposes of this conversation, that's how I'll kind of word it. So things for me like journaling, meditation, getting outside and going for walks, being in nature. Those are going to be three of my biggest ones. And also, I guess there's another one, just general kind of embodiment practice, because I'm at the point right now where I've done a lot of, or most of my, I shouldn't say most of, but I've done a lot of my own self-healing and inner healing. That was my focus in 2020. So now I'm at the point where, okay, I've cleared out a lot of that old shit, and I'm ready now to begin to embody and bring in these energies of the things that I know and desire my future to be. And I put future in quotes, because if you are always thinking of something in terms of I'll have that in the future, it's always going to be in the future, because that's not actually like how time works. Time actually doesn't work past, present, future. You can tap in to all aspects of time at the same time, because all of time is happening at the same time, which is a conversation for another day. But by using embodiment techniques and these somatic tools, so using my body to embody, to pull in, to be in the state of being, and really magnetize these things to myself and into my life, that's where I'm at right now. So that's going to be my focus for the month of December. And for me, it's going to look like coming back to that kind of center space of doing those smaller things, but on a consistent, regular basis for myself. So that's it. Keep all of this in mind as you are doing any type of work for yourself, as you are trying to create any type of healing or change for yourself. because I know how frustrating it is and how easy and how quickly you can fall back into the mindset of thinking that you're not doing enough, right? And chances are, as long as you're making some type of effort, you are doing enough. So try to be gentle with yourself. Try to be patient with yourself. Try to give yourself the space to just be doing what feels right. We're in such a society, and I feel like it's kind of reversing, or it's kind of coming down the other side of the hill, where it's coming a little bit out of the kind of hustle and grind mindset that was so popular a few years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and even longer than that. But I know for me personally, I have been able to start tapping into, and I'm seeing it now showing up in the physical, is that that's not how everyone wants to live. If you want to live that way, fine, great, wonderful. There was another saved Instagram post. I wish I could remember exactly what it said, but it was something along the lines of, the new flex is buying land, and I forget how exactly it was worded, but no longer in this hustle and grind type of culture or type of mindset. I personally have never ever for myself been in that mindset, but it can be easy to kind of start to get hooked into that, or to feel sort of on the surface, even though deep down I know that I don't resonate with that, to feel on the surface like I'm not doing enough, like I need to be doing more. So little steps equal giant quantum leaps. And here's the thing too, I'll kind of leave you with. When I say that, because I'm just kind of seeing or tapping into something right now, is that is how multidimensionality works. Here in the physical, something can feel, or it can seem, or you can think that it's very, very small and insignificant, but beyond the physical, into the quantum field, into other dimensions, the one small thing you're doing in the physical is massive in the quantum field. So baby steps really are quantum leaps in disguise. Keep that in mind. Use that like a mantra. Baby steps are quantum leaps in disguise. So keep doing the baby steps, because you cannot even imagine how much you are actually changing energetically for yourself in the quantum field, in those other dimensions. And then all of that massive change is going to start coming back to you, and it's going to start showing up in the physical. So hopefully all of that somewhat makes sense. I'll leave it at that for today. If you have any questions, if you want to chat further about this, let me know. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me talk about things that I love and that I get excited about. So I'll see you guys next time. Mwah, mwah. Love you.